Hi again, everybody. Right now, I'm going to be checking out something a coworker was telling me about. Is a product called Pi Hole, which is actually used to block DNS queries for ad servers, and you can use it for some content moderation as well, from what I understand. So right now, I have built an Ubuntu server VM 1804 LTS, kind of a bare minimum spec. So we're talking 2-core processor, gig of RAM, 16 gig hard drive. It doesn't really need to run on a whole lot because this can run on a Raspberry Pi, and just about any other Linux distro you can think of, from Debian, Ubuntu, CentOS, Red Hat, all that good stuff. So anyways, I've got my VM up and running, and I'm consoled in right now, and you can see that all you need to do is to run a curl command where it pulls the installer from the piehole.net website. These instructions are on their website, and it's very easy to run. From what I understand, it only takes a few minutes to get it going. Check in your sudo commands, and boom, it should be cooking for you. You can pretty much accept like the defaults that it goes through, and it does give you some options to modify a few things, like whether you want to filter IP6, IP4, some lookups, and we'll get to that. So let's try that again. Dependencies not installed. There we go. Let that cook. This might be a little bit slow, like I say, I'm doing this on a VM, and I've never run this before, so I'm not exactly sure what to expect. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to cook, and it doesn't look like I can pause my recording, so we'll just give this a second. This is a fully updated Ubuntu instance, so there really shouldn't be a whole lot it needs to work with. So we'll just give that a second. Alright, okay, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I don't have any money, so I'm not donating. I'm so sorry, guys. And I do have a static IP address assigned to this, so once again, you have to know your network, but if you're looking at this, you're probably already well along your way. Now, you can choose your upstream provider. So basically what Pi-hole is it's your first DNS destination. And then just like, if you have like a Windows DNS server or bind or something like that running in-house, you can put in your forwards that say, hey, I run all this stuff local, but now I need to figure out where I'm going on beyond that. So you can obviously use a lot of the standard ones that they come in. I like this because, like, if you're going to run this, like, especially in a home network, which ideally I think is what you're going to do, is you would want to be able to use something like Family Guard or some of those other DNS options that can still kind of filter, some of the unsavory components of the internet. Now, for me, because I am here in an enterprise environment, I'm going to go with custom, and I'm actually going to use my local DNS servers currently right now. Mainly because I'm not exactly sure how functionality is going to pan out as far as being able to, query and talk to any of the local machines here in the network. And perhaps later I'd like to experiment as to whether or not you need to have the Pi-hole in front of like your local DNS, or if you can have your local DNS running like on your Windows domain controllers, and then from there choose the Pi-hole as your forwarder, and then have that go from there. A lot of this is probably a little bit extreme because for the home environment it's going to look way different, and I already have a web filter in place that I use to kind of block ad traffic, so this is more just experimental. Do I accept that? You can choose the various lists, and it looks like all of them are pretty much accepted. And here I am going to choose to block IP4 and IP6, even though I am solely IP4 here, like at home. If you have a decent router and like a Comcast connection or somebody else like that, odds are is you're probably dual stacking your IP4 and your IP6. So go ahead and just save those defaults. And yes, I do want to save all of that. And no, it won't. Yes, you want to save the defaults, go with your web admin. And once again, stick your defaults for the web server. I mean, if you want to really break things and run like your own version of Apache or whatever, fine, but come on, let's just go with what works here, people. And yes, we do want to log queries because that's going to be a part of your data collection that you can kind of see what domains it is blocking. I'm just going to once again accept the defaults. You can pretty much let a lot of that cook all on its own. And this is pretty quick. It's not too bad. It's pretty lightweight. Like I said, if it can run on a Raspberry Pi, this VM is going to be powered just enough for it. And I'm running that in VMware ESXi. But obviously, Hyper-V, you know, VirtualBox, any of that stuff is going to work just fine for you. Or, you know, grab one of these and try and install it on something like that, like a NUC. Right now. Yeah, installation complete. That's bueno. So let's go ahead and shrink that down. Let's just take a look at what's going on with that right now. First of all, I am going to make a couple of changes on my desktop. I do have a static IP address for me, but you know, it's just a little bit of something I can just do away with right now. I'll just save that right there. And I'm going to flush my DNS just to make sure that nothing is cached and bypassing the Pi Hole server. So in theory right now, I've got Google Chrome working right now, and I am going to just go check my web interface right now, because you can check it. It will tell you what metrics you are collecting on. So that looks good. And as you can see, it's only got 2 queries so far from 2 clients, probably itself and me. Just all the back-end stuff. Nothing's been blocked yet because this is all just normal stuff. But it does have a nice listing here where it tells you what domains it will be blocking. In this case, of the 4 lists that I chose to download from, it's, you know, already killing 125,000 lists of domains known for ads. And look at that, it's already starting to block stuff. So let's do a quick comparison. Let's just go look at some websites that are known to have a lot of ads. CNN is a big one. And normally you would have like a banner at the top, a bunch of stuff on the side here, but it's looking fairly clean. And as a comparison, let's see what happened here. Wow, my percent blocked ads has already gone up to 37.2%. Let's try, I don't know, Ars Technica or something like that. And I'm assuming there should be a lot of banner and ad stuff on the top and on the sides here, but it is not. And let's go check my, oh wow, 41% of ads blocked. So as you can see, this is actually a really good service. Let's log in and see what kind of information I can find on the admin console. So just give me a second here to get in my top secret password that everybody knows. And so this gives you a few more metrics that you can actually see what's going on, and you have the option to whitelist domains, you have the option to blacklist domains. It does collect data, which is really cool, but you might want to let it cook for a little bit longer before you actually do that. Here it gives you some list of your blocked domains, so I mean it is just killing any of the double-click stuff, any of the Google ads. Here's some stuff I don't even know about. These are just my top guys. It does list out your clients that it's pulling from here at the bottom, and here are some permitted domains, which is kind of nice, especially my local domain stuff. Yeah, looks like it has a lot of really interesting things in it. Let's go see if we can see. Yep, here we go. This is what I was looking for. These are domains that it is looking for, and whether or not they're going to, blacklist it, whitelist it, whether what kind of action it took against it, and also like where the traffic request is actually coming from. So a lot of stuff is just the Pi Hole server itself, talking. But as you can see, like my one client, my high school IT D01 computer, well, hey, it's been trying to go to gstatic or datacnn.com. And so this is really robust with its log collection. I'm actually really impressed. This is my first time using the product, and it's doing a great job. So anyways, this is pretty much a quick run through of using Pi Hole for ad blocking. I know that I'm in an enterprise environment right now, but this would be something that is super simple to set up in a home network to once again clean up your internet traffic, especially if you're concerned about DNS trackers, and just the fact that every time you try to load a web page, you end up getting half the bandwidth going straight to ads. This will clean it up significantly for you. So once again, thanks for watching my video, and have a great day.